Good morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Cash from Cloud Soldier. In this video, we will be talking about implementing a DevOps project which is based on .NET platform. And with me today, as usual, my student Omar with me. Hello, Omar. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Good, good. So yes, it's gonna be a very exciting video today, and I got stuck in this for some silly mistakes, but I managed to fix it. So basically, I show you what we have done. Um, so what I'll do, I've done it already. So what we'll do, we delete everything and start from the scratch, so everybody can learn and how to deploy in their environment. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I will put all these links in the description, how to get to this part. So if you go to Google and do Azure project generator or DevOps generator, enter, and you get to this link, yeah,
yeah,
and it says it's Azure DevOps demo generator. Let me put the volume up. Is enough? Good. So it's basically is a live projects there, so you can practice and implement that in your environment and like use Azure DevOps as your tool. Create projects on Azure with a pre-populated sample. So all the code has been written, work items, iterations, everything is there, yeah?
yeah,
So if we sign in there, so you sign in with your your user ID, which is you log on to your Azure portal, right?
yeah,
And so it will give you all these templates, select organization. So for example, we choose a template. In this example, we choose this parts unlimited. So all the code is here. So we'll copy that code into our DevOps or generate that code, and we'll use that code to implement via CI/CD pipeline into two different stages, which I'll show you just now. So this parts unlimited. So if I show you quickly what is this about, so what would be like look like in the end. So if we see this, where is it? Yep, that's it. So we will be having deployed all this code into our web app and using CI/CD pipeline, and the end game should be like this. So if you can see the whole full-fledged websites, you can click any buttons. It's like a proper emo site. So you go to home, you go to cart, see you card,
yeah,
you can log in. So all the features in there, so you can even log in and everything. It's a complete website, and you can see that this is my web app Cache app. My name is Cache, so I just called it Cache app. Yeah.
yeah,
So what I've done. So if I show you my Azure DevOps, I copied that code, the repository in my Azure DevOps. So if I could show you, so this is generated over here. So you can see that generated by Azure DevOps demo generator. And if I click this, yeah, I got repos here. So these all the repos, all the docs, all the environment, all the source code, everything is there. You can see that parts, so all the fonts. This is the website and everything. So if you can see um, web config, you can see all the code there. There's a connection string somewhere, 24. You can see that.
yeah,
Yeah, and everything's perfectly fine. So what I did, I deployed, I'll just show you now. So this is my portal. If I go to home and go to my resource groups. So what I'm showing you now, so we're gonna do this all from the scratch again and make sure it is working fine. So the reason I'm showing now is it is all working now, and we should be able to replicate again. And anybody who's gonna follow my video, we should be able to do it. So I created this, I don't know why I called it party. I was running out of ideas. So I created these apps and resources. So if I group by type, so you can see that I've got application side. This is my app. This is my plan. This is all the stuff we have. This is my SQL database and this is my SQL server. Everything is fine, yeah? So I use these resources. So while I do this, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete this resource group. So we'll create a new one, everything again,
Yeah.
paste it, delete it. Right, and so while this is deleting, so I'll just give you a quick idea. So if I go to my, where is it? Yep. So if I go to my pipelines, so this is my pipeline I ran last time, which is working. So if I go to edit, I can give you an example. So let me copy this in case we need to do it again. So just copy this, copy that, um, and we call it with, do we have any wikis here? Wiki. So let's call, oh, there is already, oh, this is all given by the code, which, but we're gonna delete it anyway. So we
All right.
call it my parts unlimited limited pipeline. So if I click this parts equipment, actually you can create a new page here. We call it, actually I'll tell you what, don't want to take a risk in case if I delete it, I'll do copy into my one of this document here. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I just drop it here. If I go back again, right, so while this is deleting, is it still deleting? Yes, deleting, refresh it. So I should have been gone, few of them, that's fine. So hopefully our page must be gone now. If I refresh it. Here we go. We can't see it now, it's gone.
Yeah, I see.
Right, it's gone now. Um, call it my parts unlimited pipeline. If I just copy here to also in case. There you go. And save it. So, right. So if I go back to wiki again, we'll have a page here now. See?
Yeah.
So, okay. Right. So let's see what we're gonna do now. So that's been, if we refresh it, I'm assuming anyone who's watching this video, they have got an idea of using Azure DevOps CI/CD pipeline. I've created a few videos already explaining how CI/CD works and everything. And assuming you guys familiar with Azure DevOps and Azure Portal resources creating and all that. So the task is, if you go to my resource scripts and see, is this gone now? Right. So also we do that. We go to our Azure DevOps, go to Azure DevOps and just delete this project and we start again.
All right.
So what do we do now? To do this, we go to Azure DevOps, go to organization settings and go to projects. And this is the one.
Yeah.
So can we delete it? Yeah, delete it. Yeah. So, okay, so we delete it now. So the reason I'm doing this so we can start from beginning everything so everybody understands what we're doing. So that's gone. Delete it. Yeah. So we do not have any parts limited here. So what do we do now? So first thing, we go to our generator like we logged in earlier, with your Azure portal login. You need to log into this DevOps so because you need to have the same ID, otherwise it will not work. So we select this and select template,
Yeah.
and we call it just call it what do we call it? Cache Parts Unlimited website. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a project. This is the one. We choose a template organization, Cloud Soldier,
Yes.
and create project. So project is creating, and it will push all the code to our organization, which is Cloud Soldier.
Yeah.
So hopefully it will be interesting. Okay, still generating. So just checking I can pause it or not. So so you're understanding what I'm doing, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, because we are DevOps engineer, so we don't have to worry about the code. It's not our job to worry about code.
Yes.
So in any organization, when you work, they'll give you a code, and you're responsible for deploying it to infrastructure. And infrastructure means like you can deploy it to Azure virtual machines, you can deploy it to PaaS services, such as Azure Web App, which we're gonna do here,
Yeah.
or you can do on the containers, and we'll use CI/CD pipeline. So that's been done.
Yeah.
So if we go to our, if we just refresh it, see,
Yeah.
cache parts. So we have got this now. So this is a complete project they give you. See, you got all your dashboards here, Azure board, sorry. So you can see everything is there, all your epics, backlogs, tasks, see promotion rewards. So you can do what you want exactly, just like you work in a normal organizations.
Yeah.
So you got all boards, so you can see, create different boards, backlogs, work items. See, you can create new work item, epic, feature, task, anything you want. So it's a complete project. You can work on it, you know, practice on
Yeah.
it, whatever is if you're following an AZ400 course. And so we can see we got an overview here. It that's been generated by Azure DevOps demo generator. And so we got pipelines. This is a pipeline not been run yet. So if I go to this pipeline, um, what we will do, this is like in Azure Classic, but we
Yeah.
will use, so basically is building a solution, copying file, publish artifact. It's all good, which is not too bad. So we can also see view in YAML.
Yeah.
Sorry. So you can see the code in YAML, see? Same thing. So what we'll do, we will use instead of this we'll create a new pipeline and we use YAML stuff,
All right.
right? And if you see the repos, as you can see already, so this is the code all been copied over here. You got docs, you got environment. Let me check, is it recording? Yes, recording. Yeah, we got source, so you can see this is a website and all the contents of the website here, and you can see a web config.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good there. Right. So what do we do here now first? So you got the code and everything. So you're an Azure DevOps engineer. So you have create somebody has like Azure guys, Azure developer, they created this code and you got this code into your Visual Studio or your Visual Studio code, and then you copy it across your DevOps environment like Git clone and everything.
Yeah.
And then your manager comes to you as are a DevOps engineer. Your job is to um, publish this code as a like a publish this website onto your infrastructure. So in this case, infrastructure, we're using a PaaS service, which is Azure DevOps.
Yes.
Sorry, my apologies, which is web app and SQL databases from um, Azure. And what we'll do, we create a CI/CD pipeline into two stages. One do the build, and second one it will deploy.
Yes.
Right. So what I will also show you how to like so for example, when we have this working fine, obviously what we'll do in Azure DevOps, you will say for example branches. At the moment you have got see they got different branches. People are working here. See IntelliTest, like there are features. You see, and
All right.
all these different people are working here on different features, and they created a local branch. We can also create our local branch here, but in this example, we'll just deploy straight away. So normally you create your local branch, you work on the code, you got exactly the whole working fine, you work on the code, and you test it, deploy it, and you do vulnerability scan, you do sanity checks, all working fine, test it, and depends on what kind of deployment strategy do you have, then you deploy it accordingly. Say, for example, you have a blue or green deployment. Do you have a web app slot configuration, or do you have a canary deployment, or the last one, what was that? There was also like a traffic manager.
Yeah. We had
Remember?
to weight it and prioritize.
That's why weight and priority profiles, traffic manager profile you can have. And also we did the last one, remember what was that? We did a demo on it, deployment. So we used like a canary deployment, and we use as its sub like a test users on one side, and sorry, the slot, the swap pipeline. Remember we swapped it
Yes.
from green to blue and blue to green,
Yes.
which I already created a video. Okay, let's start working on this now. So what do you do first? Before we do that, we create our infrastructure, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you go to resource groups, create, so let me refresh it. Yep, it's all gone. So if we create a new resource group and we call it, say, parts unlimited,
Yeah.
and location is UK South, UK South, next tags, and review and create. Right, so we got this part created. Um, let's create some resources in there. So we need to create a Azure Web App plus database because we need to obviously have a database where you're going to keep all that our code and the artifactory, not artifactory, so like people can so obviously in a database for the front end like a three tiers architect, so you have a front end, middleware, and database. So our front end is like the code and everything, which is people who can log in and everything. And obviously, we need to keep our catalog, picture, and stuff in a database somewhere on the Azure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Azure Web App. If you go to, so we select this one. Just try this one, Web App, and create. Okay. Resource scope is already selected, and we call it, what do you call it? Say um, Cash App.
Yes.
Cash App. So I don't like at the moment. This one's caused me issue last time, so I will uncheck that. So we want simple like the Cash App. So when we launch it, we should have this URL and it'll give you the website. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do a code, say .NET 8 because it is a .NET project, and we use Windows, and we choose UK South because our resource script is also in UK South. So if I click UK South and database, yes, we need a database. Azure SQL Windows, so we call it Cache App Server, Cache App Database. That's fine, yeah.
Yes.
Next, next networking is fine, and we want public access, so it will create a virtual network. That's fine. Just leave as default everything, secure, tags, review, and create, and click create. So we'll come back when it's created, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So our deployment is completed. So we can say this, let's see, is this website is working? Yep, it's empty at the moment. There's no code in there. So we're gonna do a CI/CD pipeline, build a pipeline, get the artifact, and push the artifact to our this website. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so this is working fine. So this is Windows, this is UK South and all that. If we go to, let's go to configuration. That's fine if we allow this here. Security, save this. So okay, continue. Right, okay, so that's all done. So now we do the real work now. If we go to our, let me move this over here. And this is our code. This, right, so let's go to our pipeline and just create a new pipeline. We choose YAML, Azure Repos Git free private, yeah, YAML.
Yep.
And we choose this repository, it's already been given, the code which we are using.
Yeah.
So we got this already generated in YAML, but I'm not going to use that now. So it got three stages: production, stage production and this. So what we'll do from here to here, we just delete it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I want to make, so yes, so this is a part of another. So we create another stage. So we call it stage. We call it deploy. One second. Let me, I'll show you from the example which I copied earlier. Just want to make sure. So stage deploy. So if I copy this, I explain to you what it's going to do. So we copy that. Just want to save time, right? Um, okay. You have to make sure the indentation always. So if the stage is coming here, right, jobs. Is it jobs underneath jobs? Jobs and job. So it is under hyphen jobs. Right. So why not just save time and make use of ChatGPT? So just copy that code, which I did, and just do like this. Copy that code, open a ChatGPT new one, and say, please fix the indentation indentation for this code, YAML code, yeah?
Yeah.
And just dot copy, and it should give you, come on, good man, last ChatGPT. So it's fixed it for you. So just copy the code, go to our DevOps again, and copy and paste. Bang, done.
Yeah. See.
Right, so we got a without any errors. Okay, now I explain to you what this YAML pipeline is, yeah?
Yeah.
So that means it trigger means it's like it's gonna take that master repo,
Yeah.
yeah, master branch, and the image we're using Windows from which is Microsoft, and this is our solution is built-in variables. So the stages is, so I've got two stages.
Right.
So you got two stages, build and deploy. Yeah. The first stage
Mhm.
is called build stage. So the way YAML works, see we have to be very capable in indentation, but we got ChatGPT now, doesn't matter. So
Mhm.
you can put the code it fixes for you. So stages, first thing stage, then stage, after that you got job, and after job you got steps, then task. Please, can you please tell me what I just say? So tell me the sequence: stage,
Okay, so
stage,
s-
job,
job and uh,
steps, and task.
all right.
Stage, job,
State
steps,
jobs.
and task. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can multiple tasks keep carrying on. So the first task is that you can, if you see is telling you, so it is acquired a specific version of NuGet. So it's getting a NuGet package which is required for .NET.
All right.
And this task is it will restore that pack and install it for you. Even if you want to understand more, just copy that and go to Google and paste, so you can see it tell you like what is this command for. Give you
Yeah.
use this task to restore pack and all that. Tell you everything what you need.
All right.
Any task if you want to get familiarized with anything with YAML tasks and stuff. If you're struggling and understand, just copy the task and just like same thing we can do here. What is this doing here? So if you go to copy and just do the same thing again, copy and so see it will tell you about the same thing. Use this task to build with MS Microsoft Build and set the Visual Studio Vision property. You see, solve that.
Yeah.
That's what it does. It builds just like in Visual Studio, we did a build.
Right.
Hello.
G.
Just like in the Visual Studio, we click that button to build the code, and it will build and it will compile all the code to build. So same thing is doing it for you this task.
All right.
So if I go back here, so now you understand what's our build stage doing.
Yes.
So it's gonna build this solution what we have copied from our Azure repository, and it's gonna do all that, and it will build it for you. Now the second stage is for you our So the package is built. Now it's going to download that. So the artifact is created in the build pipeline. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is artifact?
Artifact is um the code that has been zipped up in a file. It's the product of the work.
Well done. Well done. So it's basically the build like a package. We're going to be using that to deploy a website. It's all
Yeah.
been zipped up. So this thing is downloading that package from the artifactory,
Yeah.
and then after that, it's going to deploy to this our uh, web app. But so this is wrong because I've copied from my old one, so I just delete that. We're gonna do show assistant and search for this task. So basically, web app deploy. So we'll use service deploy.
Yes.
Um, so we got this one Azure subscription. So we use our service connection. So we use our subscription or yeah, solution is we can authorize. So to show you again, um, I, do you remember how to create? So if I go to project settings, service connection. So this is our service connection. created automatically as soon as you authorize from there.
Yeah.
So make sure you are logged into Azure DevOps with your this username and also into your cloud. So basically, service connection is authenticating your DevOps is talking to your Azure portal.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want you. Okay. So we got the app created in Windows. Remember?
Yes.
So if you go to our app, go by type. So you can see that we choose. So I was having an issue before, and I was scratching my hair because I it was created in Linux. And make sure just you use normal app with database, web app. Don't worry about SQL plus database and all that. So to do this project, just choose the one I showed you in the earlier, how to choose this app and deploy that. Not like SQL plus database, we'll create database inside in it, yeah?
Yep.
So that's all done. So it's a Windows. If you go back to our pipeline, so Windows, we select, should populate our cache app, yeah?
Yep.
That's what was not showing last night. This, and I was thinking something wrong with my app. Sorry, with my service connection. I created so many times and just like craziness. Just a silly mistake. So basically, that was a web app on Linux, and this was not finding for me. So if I click for web, let's see, there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
So I said, what's going on? So because it was created on Linux platform, so that's why. So choose this and app, and don't worry about slot. This is a deployment strategy, so you can have like remember I told you, so you can test all that and you can switch user with a swap deployment.
Yes.
Right, so we need to change the path over here to which is artifacts directory,
Yes.
artifacts directory, and we call a folder called drop. Okay,
Okay.
click add, then looks fine. So we got our cache app. This is our service connection, and this is it will be like a deploy as a zip. So this will push this code or the build to our cache app. So which is at the moment, as you can see, is nothing in there. So after if the pipeline is complete, so we will also do a little change. I think we should do it now. So if I go to so let's save let's let's run this first, yeah.
Yeah.
Save and run. So it will send so commit message. Okay, so we can like do what you want. Save and run. Creating pipeline. So you got two stages: build stage and deploy. If we click that, so this is gonna build this. So I'm just gonna make a quick pause, so there's no need to wait for it. So coming back to this, you can see that it is installing. Um, so it's checking out all the code and installing new installer, which is for .NET. Then it is restoring it. Now it is doing a VS build. Finger crossed, we don't get any error. Like I was getting millions of error yesterday. So hopefully with experience, that's the thing in IT. You need to practice, practice, practice. And
Yes.
obviously, if you don't do things in a few months, you forget. So see, it is creating this artifact now, copying and all that. Wow, final job. Let's do deploy. Job is pending. I think it's just checking for the agent, or maybe it's finalizing this job. Finishing checkout, finishing checkout. Yeah, come on. Okay, I just refreshed it. So basically, we've got a post Git deployment. Remember,
Yeah.
before it goes to a like a production environment has to be approved. So it says here. So we remember in our lecture we created a policy or post deployment gate. So before it goes to a next build or next environment, it should be approved by somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so it is that's why it's pending here. So if we click view, let me check. Yeah. So if you do permit, yeah,
Yes.
permit, allow it. So let's see what happened now. So permitted now. If you go to this deploy, so job preparation parameters. Yeah. So see, it's kicked in. So it's checking out parts limited, download build artifacts, and Azure RM web deployment. Oops. So what's the problem here? Artifact. Oh wow.
Was not
So
found for
yeah,
build.
yeah. Let me check that. Right. So we're getting this error if you go to deploy. So basically, what is saying that drop was not found for the build. Okay, let's check our pipeline. So let's see, did we write the YAML file correctly? Check it is saving. So if you go to click this pipeline, edit. Right, so we got task. Did we? Oh, look, we created the bill, but we did not publish it.
Ah, I see. So we need the publish task.
Yeah. Oops, what's happening
All
here?
right. You can find it on the right side.
Yes, so if you go to publish build artifacts.
Yeah.
So got this one, yeah. So if we just click here and add,
Yeah.
so that's the one, drop. So we call it drop as a container. So this is gonna be here as a drop also. Yeah, we change it. Okay, let's try again, validate and save. Thank you. So we are gonna see, let's see the pipeline, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you for your help. Oops, oh, it's gonna run second one now, so cancel that. So let's stop this one. Just pause it. Right, so it's doing a build stage. So finger crossed, hopefully this time will work.
Yeah.
So this is a quite good project, you know, we can like put on your CV that you worked on a project. It's a .NET project, such as an e-commerce website, and using CI/CD pipeline. You have used a PaaS infrastructure on Azure using web app and SQL database, and you created two stages such as build and deploy, and you can create stages as many as you want. And we have got on this stages deploy stage, there will be restrictions before it move on to different environment. So say for example you got uh, development, test, and production. So just pretend this is your test. Then the next stage could be like your production. So before you move it to production, somebody has to approve it. So now it's gonna build publish artifacts. See, we were missing that part.
All right.
So it's gonna build that publish artifacts into our drop folder, and you can see over here like one artifact's been created. See?
Yeah, I see.
So it's gonna check. See, one artifact has been created. If you go over here, so you can see this. So these all the artifacts been created. So that's gonna deploy our website. If you go back again, you understand or not?
Yeah, I do.
So see now we go to deploy. So it's okay, right. So it's working. So it is checking out Partsunlimited. It's gonna download it. This is we got failed last time. Oh, it's done it. So it's deploying now to our web app. So it is looking for this is I was like having issues yesterday. So it has got the service connection for Cache App. So it is deploying. See, it is deploying all the code, all the artifacts to this web app now. You see
All
that?
right. Yeah, I see.
Everything's HTML, index, and all that. All the code is going to Cache App. Right. And so we should be able to complete this. Let's see for a minute. Adding ACLs and all that. So it's, it's amazing. So that's it. You're a DevOps engineer now, so you can deploy the core using CI/CD pipeline with different stages. So what are the steps in YAML pipeline? So first stage is a stage, then
Uh,
job,
job,
then step, and then task.
task. Okay.
So repeat it again, please.
Uh, build, job, step, task.
Mm, not build.
Oh,
Stage.
stage, right. Stage, job, task, step.
No, stage,
Stage,
job,
job,
step,
step.
steps, and
Ah,
underneath job. Sorry, tasks.
okay.
Right. So this is created. I'm gonna ask you again, so remember it, yeah? So like looks like completed, but if you go to our website now, if you click this, it's gonna, I don't know what's going on. Let's see. So you can see if we refresh it, so no deployments found when we refresh. So if we refresh it, wow.
I see.
So it's been deployed. Everything's fine. So let's refresh it again. But I know it will not work. I will show you one more setting because we have to connect to our database. Just doing something. So while this is happening, what we do, so if you go to our cache app and if we go to our configuration
Yeah,
and to see the connection string, click here to environment variables menu, connection strings, and this is our connection string. But this is connection string is not been defined in our code. So what you have to do, uh, go to our code again, go to repos, and go to the website, source folder, Partsunlimited, go to web.config, and somewhere here, your default setting. So we need these settings in our app.
Okay.
Copy and just replace this. Hopefully, this should work. Default connection string, say apply, confirm. Right, so if we go to refresh it, it's just copying and doing some stuff. Yep, it's working now. So I just refreshed it, and if we go to, um, so basically it's been deployed, everything's fine. If we just refresh it, see?
Yeah.
So we got the whole website, and you can see that this is my app, Cache app. So in real environment, obviously you will have a custom domain, like you can buy a domain from GoDaddy or something and put all this record, text record and a record and stuff, and you can have your like cacheapp.com or something, whatever the website you need. So you can see this all working fine. If you do breaks, click breaks, it will give us a break. See? Wow. If we click anything, it's just telling you every single thing. We can add to cart. I'm not buying this. Okay, lightning. We can buy lights. That's a quite good website.
Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing. Batteries, oil, whatever. You can log in. So it's complete website. See?
Yeah.
Look at that. It's amazing. Proper everything. See, it's ASP.NET deployed to Azure. You can do that also deploy to Azure. So we have deployed to Azure already. Right. So you understand what you have done? So shall we go a quick review?
No, for so far it has been very clear to
Very
me.
clear to me. All right. So what we'll do, we'll finish it here. And so just to reiterate again, we downloaded this code from demo generator. Yeah.
Yes.
And we push to our, so we got this code here. So we got this code project generated over here. So we created a pipeline, and this is successful. We created two stages here, and you can see that build stage and deploy stage. And successfully we deployed. So we created infrastructure over here. So, and we got this website working. So before we move on, let's delete this to save our cost. There's no point. We have completed the task completely. So we delete this, and delete resource group, copy that, and delete this. So what I'll do, I'll also copy and paste the YAML file in our YouTube video. And so for any queries or any question anybody having, please comment, and I'll try my best to answer you. What did I get across in issues, and might be able to help you guys. So this is while deleting. Thank you very much, Umar, for your help, and
Thank you.
we'll talk on the other video.
All
Let
right.
me pause this 1 second. Bye for now.